Hello, everybody. This is Frederick Wakuyaka, cybersecurity brief for the week of 18th, 22nd of May 2026. I am going back in time from daily business intelligence brief summary for Friday, 22nd May. So this, if you are happy and ready to join me on this exciting look back in time travel, I do this because there are those who read and who read and do not read daily business intelligence briefs. They come out and they come out so fast Monday to Friday on a daily basis that it might be beyond the scope of many people to actively follow up. So trying to use all kinds of aids, your learning and enlightenment about threat intel, which is ever occurring and ever it never ceases to come in, and that's why we have the air breach report on Wednesday and Friday brief, and the daily intelligence brief is the one that what is the threat perceptions of that day's intelligence implications, as well as the AI security dimension. If you like what you are seeing and you are on YouTube, you can like or subscribe. Well, all this information I'm giving you for free, you have to as long as you can before the dynamics may change. You see, we're in very dynamic and fluid world. I also have to put a cost to my intellectual output at a certain stage. So enjoy it while it is there and subscribe and like and to be enlightened and like to be in the know in these spheres. So without much further ado, let's Monday 18th May 2020. There was a Microsoft 0-day was under active exploitation. Microsoft confirmed active exploitation of CVE 2026-42897 in Exchange server. No user interaction. Attackers unauthorized access to live email systems. Commands exposed every internal email, calendar, and contact on the platform. That was Monday, 18th May 2026. Business analysis. Node IPC supply chain attack. 3 versions of Node IPC, a widely used NPM package, were confirmed. Malicious, containing credential stealing and backcode. Attackers poisoned a trusted developer dependency to reach business infrastructure indirectly. Any system that installed versions 9.16, 9.23, or 12.01 must be treated as compromised until investigated. AI insecurity. Browser session tokens now the primary target. Attackers have shifted from stealing passwords to stealing browser session tokens. A valid session token bypasses MFA entirely, no password needed. Post authentication access is now the preferred attack path and is accelerated 19th May 2026. Threat lead. Microsoft Exchange and Exchange spoofing vulnerability, CVE, affecting on-premise installations, was confirmed exploited in the wild. No user interaction. NP PyPL and Docker Hub all served within a 48-hour window, all targeting developer credentials, API keys, cloud, and SSH keys extracted from CIC. Business analysis. IMF declares AI-assisted attacks a systematic financial stability risk. The IMF published a formal warning. AI-assisted attacks now constitute a systematic risk to finance. The mechanism AI dramatically lowers the cost and time to exploit shared infrastructure vulnerabilities, meaning one volatility ripples businesses simultaneously. Medium enterprises in financial services, professional services, and healthcare are in the same threat environment as major banks with a fraction of the security resources. AI insecurity. Google confirms AI planned zero-day attack on factor authentication. Google's threat over a zero-day that bypassed two-factor authentication plan, two-factor authentication and rotation campaign. Simultaneously, OpenAI launched GPT 5.5 Cyber for vetted security teams. AI attack and defense tools are now lights of every incident. So, in some, I've done Monday, 18th May, and Tuesday, 20th May. For Monday, it was the threat-led Microsoft Exchange zero-day and active exploitation. The business analysis. There were three versions of Node IPC are widely used in NPM package, malicious containing credentialing and backdoor code. Attacks poison the trusted developer dependency to business infrastructure indirectly. For AI insecurity, for Monday, browser session tokens are now the primary target. Attackers have shifted from stealing passwords to stealing browser sessions tokens. A valid session token bypasses MFA entirely, no password needed. Post-authentication access is now the preferred path and is accelerating across the threat landscape. Tuesdays, there was a Microsoft Exchange spoofing and triple supply chain campaign and Exchange spoofing vulnerability. CVSS 8.1 affecting on-premise instant the world, no user interaction required, simultaneous PM, PIPE, and Docker Hub all suffered supply chain attacks within a 48-hour window, all targeting developer credentials, cloud tokens, and SSH keys extracted from CI/CD pipelines. For the business analysis, the International Monetary Fund on Tuesday the 20th declared AI-assisted attacks a systematic financial stability risk. The International Monetary Fund published a formal warning. AI-assisted attacks now constitute systematic risk to financial stability. The mechanism AI dramatically lowers the cost and time to exploit shared infrastructure vulnerabilities, meaning one vulnerability across dozens of businesses simultaneously. Enterprise financial services, professional services, and health are in the same threat environment as major benign security. Google confirmed AI planned zero-day attack on two-factor authentication. Google's threat group using AI to discover a zero-day authentication and plan the massive exploitation campaign simultaneously. OpenAI launched GPT 5.5 Cyber for vetted security teams. So that was Tuesday, and AI attack and defense tools are now live on the sides of every instant. Wednesday, 20th May 2020. Six threat-led CISA's own credentials exposed on contractor for America's National Cyber Defense admin credentials, plaintext passwords, and internal build secrets in a public GitHub repository from November 2020 until 14th May 2026. 100 exposure covered 3 cloud servers and CISA's entire internal code pipeline. Credentials remained valid 48 hours. The repository was offline. The significance, this is that failure pattern behind medium enterprise business. Developer convenience overrides credential hygiene and internal monitoring demands. Business analysis, AI has eliminated the window between app launch and first attack. Digital lie research, drawing on threat monitoring data from applications serving billions of users, found that 87% of monitored applications in 2026 faced active attacks, up from 55% in 2022. The cause, the same AI tools developers used to build and ship software now being used by attackers within hours of public. Google and OpenAI defends them. Google's threat intelligence firm thwarted attackers to plan a mass zero-day two-factor bypass. OpenAI simultaneously previewed 5 for vetted teams. MFN is no longer sufficient. Device trust and anomaly detection must layer on top. Thursday, 21st May 2026, threat-led GitHub breached via Poison VS Code extension. TCP access 3,000 repository code extension. Malicious version was live for minutes long, enough to have credentials from one password vaults, Adams NPM, and GitHub command line interface. The same attack chain had already hit OpenAI, Mistral AI, and Grafana Labs via the earlier Stack NPM compromise. 18 minutes, 3,800 repositories. Business analysis. The Verizon DBIR 2026 unpatched software is now the top breach cause. The 2026 Verizon Data Breach Investigators Report, covering 22,000 confirmed breaches, found vulnerability exploitation overtook credential theft as the leading breach vector for the first time in 19 years. And patched software caused the initial access incidents. AI has come to the window from disclosure to exploitation from months to hours. Third-party breaches rose 60% of all incidents. AI insecurity. Shadow AI is now a documented breach pathway. Found 67% of employees accessing AI services from corporate devices via personal accounts. Outside any monitoring, regular AI usage tripled 45% in 1 year. Data entered into unmanaged AI tools does not stay within the organization, and most security stacks cannot see it happening. Friday, 22nd May, led Cisco releases severity patch, urgent action required. Cisco disclosed the CVSS 10.0 maximum severity vulnerability in its secure workload platform used by organizations to enforce zero trust network segmentation. An authenticated attacker reaching the platform's internal APIs gains full site administrator privileges with no credentials required. That means full visibility into network segmentation rules, the ability to modify or disable them, and access to sensitive data across all tenants in shared deployments. No workarounds exist. The only fix is to patch. Business analysis. Muddy Water Iranian threat group deploys ransomware as espionage cover. The Iranian state-linked group Muddy Water is now deploying ransomware, not for financial gain, against gathering. Targets receive ransomware while actual espionage objectives are quietly completed in parallel. For medium enterprises in professional services and healthcare sectors that hold sensitive client and patient data, the implication is that a ransomware payment does not end the incident. The attacker may already have what they came for. AI insecurity proof point 2026. AI insecurity proof 26 Human Risk Report, employees at the attack found that human behavior, not technical vulnerability, is now the primary generated thing, has reached the point where it is statistically indistinct communication in training as it has been practiced for the past decade is structurally inadequate for this threat. The week 18th, 22nd of May 2026 can be summarized in one sentence. Attackers have automated the human error they used to wait for. Supply chains were poisoned. Tokens replaced passwords. Dim weapons' own security failed for 6 months. And the largest vulnerability report in 19 years confirmed that patching the most basic control has become the primary gap. Ended connects back to the same structural problem. Medium enterprises are running 2019 security patches. Medium enterprises are running 2019 security practices against 2026 attack tools. That is your thorough line for the podcast. Thank you.